joining us today on the Man Blitz. I'd just like to take a moment to remind you to follow us on Twitter at Man Blitz. Visit us at www.freemanblitz.com. You can listen to us on Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcast, Breaker. And don't forget to view us on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe and hit the like button. Thanks, guys.
Hey, guys. Welcome into another episode of the Man Blitz. You got Andrew over to my left, Kwesi at the bottom.
Yes, sir.
Me, Jeremy. What's going on, everybody? So in this episode, we're going to take a quick look back at this previous week in college football, which is week 2 SEC, week 5 everyone else except
it's
for
so
Big Ten.
confusing.
I get confused. I should look at it. And Kwesi's like, it's week 0 because Big Ten's not playing.
Exactly.
Not playing.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to take a look back at the games that happened this past weekend. And then we're going to take a look forward at what is going to go down and, just touch base on some of the big games and stuff we're excited about. But before we do that, we're going to take a couple shots. We took a lot of bets. Yeah, we took a lot of bets this past week on a lot of college games with each other, and it's time to pay up. Without going into it too deep, Andrew has to take 2 shots.
He's pulled out the Kraken.
Oh, the Kraken.
He's pulled out the Kraken.
2 for me.
2 for him.
And what is that? 2 for you.
2 for me, 1 for Kwesi.
1 for Kwesi.
So we'll do these real
I picked Vanderbilt to win. Sorry.
Down the hatch, boys.
Yep, here we go. Here's 1 for me.
Let's go, boys and girls.
Uno mas.
That is not the best shooting whiskey in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Tasty all the same.
That'll put hair in your chest.
I don't need no more.
You are a hairy dude, Jeremy.
Okay.
Don't act like you ain't seen him with his clothes off.
It's bonding session for you guys.
Sorry you missed out on this one.
All right.
Ooh.
He's chasing it. He's chasing it.
Oh, you got that Docky Peppy too.
Oh, goodness. It's great with whiskey, let's be honest. It really is.
Oh, yeah.
All right, what we got?
All right, gents, let's get started. So last week, we're going to hit on the non-conference games that we actually mentioned first, I think. So we've got Oklahoma State and Kansas. Oklahoma State destroyed them. I know we were talking like Kansas might have had a chance, but they really didn't. TCU upset Texas. Texas was ranked number 9, and that's why another reason we've talked about this amongst ourselves several times. These early season rankings are for nothing other than debate. They don't matter.
Yeah, they really suck. I wish they would. The coaches would come together and realize that it really does a lot of teams a disservice. Every single way, unless you're ranked top 10, and then you might have a chance at losing one game and still making it to the playoffs. But I hate it. I don't like it. I don't think they should rank teams until after week 2, so week 3.
Definitely. And then again, this is definitely a crazy year with the COVID going on. That even our Big Ten, my Big Ten, is not even playing right now. So, how is that going to be? That's going to be disrespectful to any team that's ranked right now, and try to throw in Ohio State or Wisconsin or whoever in there to jump these teams.
And they're on there. I've seen Ohio State. They're ranked like 1 in some polls. They're ranked 2 and 3 in others, and Michigan's up there pretty high. So
if the SEC, I can't remember how many games they play in, 8 or 10. If they jump in and play in that, and then Big Ten comes in playing only 8 games, that's just
Pac-12's playing like 6 games.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
They're playing like nothing.
It's not fair to all of them.
It's really not.
Yeah,
what other games you got, Andrew?
I guess moving on,
Non-SECs.
we'll let the committee figure that part out. Oklahoma, who is no longer even ranked, is upset by number 24 Iowa State.
Yeah. Man, I think I mentioned last week Iowa State's a tough team. They are.
They are. You threw that out.
They've been known to beat some teams, but I definitely wasn't expecting that to happen. But hey.
What has happened to Oklahoma, man? They have really started this season in the crapper. It reminds me of Tennessee last year.
And, of course, Clemson, they ended up handily defeating Virginia, but only after a slow start. Had some people worried, but they pulled it out. They pulled it out of the fire pretty quick and took off, and they never looked back. Yeah. They had almost 20 points up on Virginia there. So that's kind of about what we expected.
Yeah, I wasn't worried.
But moving on to the big games in the conference that we are currently covering, the SEC.
Come on.
So South Carolina was trying to pull a chicken coup, at Florida.
Chicken coup.
But Florida kind of shut that down after halftime. They came out and they put a lock on it, and the final score was 38-24 to the Gators.
Okay.
Tennessee handily handled the Missouri Tigers. You like how I did that? Handily handled them. 35-12. The game was never really out of Tennessee's control at any point. They looked like a big boy, and they got a big boy ranking for it. I did skip North Carolina. They're a top 10 team now. UNC, they did defeat Boston College.
Yeah, they played BC.
That's worth a mention anyway.
I want to touch on that Florida team real quick and that South Carolina game. What I took away from it, of course, Tennessee played South Carolina the week before. So what I really took away from it is Florida's offense still looks really good. Kyle Trask still looks good. Kyle Pitts looks good at tight end that everybody's enamored with at the moment. But what I'm worried about, and I'm telling the Florida fans right now, the ones that I know personally, and we're talking, I'm like, yeah, they look good, they look good, they look good. But their defense is not the defense that we remember from last season, the defense that was holding everybody in check. Yeah. You know, that's not the team. So, yeah, they're scoring a lot right now. What happens when they have an off day and their defense isn't stopping anybody? Teams are scoring into the 30s on Florida, and that's not usually what goes down.
And they're not necessarily great teams either.
No. I mean, Colin Hill's good, but he ain't that good.
Yeah. And you want to say anything real quick about the Tennessee-Missouri game, either one of you guys? I know we only got to watch a little bit of that game. We were having some other things to deal with on Saturday.
Yeah, we had to work our normal jobs.
But, I mean, from what I saw, I thought they looked really good. They really did. They were fairly complete.
What I liked about the game is what I usually harp on and what drives me crazy with any football game is Tennessee came out and they scored on their first possession and then they scored on their last possession. And I think it's important to have a fast start with a score to put pressure on the defense. You know, you can't go 3 and out and then let them come down and score. You're automatically behind the sticks. They did well. Special teams didn't do so hot. Defense did exactly what they should. And, you know, we looked a lot better from week 1 to week 2, and we'll see about upcoming week.
All right, and I'm just kind of going to blow through the rest of these real quick so we can get a look at these next week's games. Texas A&M at Alabama. Alabama put them away quick. Texas A&M dropped from like number 13 to number 21 in the polls because of this loss, but Alabama, they took them out 52-24.
How hot is that hot seat right now for Jimbo Fisher? It's not. It's really not, and that's the answer because they paid him so much money. They paid him so much money to come in and turn that program into the great pride of the West and Texas for the SEC, and they look really bad.
Go back and look at our Texas A&M video. We had lots of good things to say about this Texas A&M team, and I told everyone, I made it very clear that this was the year. If it was going to happen, it was going to happen now. So it is not going to happen for Texas A&M. Shouldn't have fired Kevin Sumlin. You've got the same results for a lot more money.
A lot more money. And I think they hired him, don't hold me to this, but I think it's like 10 years. I think they paid him a lot for a long time.
Yeah. And Alabama, of course, looking sharp as always. Obviously the best in the West as of right now. LSU Vanderbilt, we touched on this. No, we didn't touch on this game. This was pre-show. Vanderbilt, they bounced back kind of like we thought they would. LSU, bounced back like we thought they would. They put away Vanderbilt 41-7 in a game that Vanderbilt was never really in. Miles Brennan's starting to look a little better, maybe a little more comfortable. So maybe this LSU squad might surprise us a little bit, but I'm still not holding my breath.
I would have liked to have seen those games swapped. For LSU, that first game against Mississippi State, it happened. But they really came out and outclassed Vandy, and they did exactly what they should. They took care of business, and, what else can you say? They looked good. They looked like LSU should look against the bottom tier of the East.
On the level that they've out-recruited Vanderbilt, this is about the score you would expect no matter how much talent they lost in the draft.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they're going to get hotter as the season goes on.
I hope so. I hope LSU heats up and they actually start going into the race. When the LSU-Alabama game comes up, it's become one where I actually want to watch all the time because it's become a good rivalry game. And I want to see it. And I want it to be relative. So, But they looked real good against Vandy. Cool. Poor Vandy.
And, of course, the last game I want to talk about is one that I was not super confident in until the game actually started. And then I was like, well – number 3, Georgia defeated number 13, Auburn. These are their current rankings. 27-6, Auburn only getting 2 field goals. And, man, that game was a really good one if you were a Georgia Bulldog.
Yeah.
I had
really
a
was.
blast watching that game.
Yeah. Auburn just – their offensive line did not hold up to Georgia's front 7. And it showed in a big way. And Bo Nix, he did about what he could. They just couldn't move the sticks consistently enough to get it down and, put together really good scoring drives. And, yeah, Georgia's defense really showed up and put it to them. You can pretty much knock that
Bennett,
one,
man.
He's
Stetson Bennett, he's the dip-spitting, gunslinging folk hero that we never knew we wanted.
Maybe for you Georgia fans, I don't know. Stetson Bennett. I saw the interview with him post-game, and I'm like, dude kind of feels like a nerd.
Isn't that some cologne or something?
It does sound like a cologne. He's named after a cologne. I'm pretty sure that is cologne. Stetson. It's like cowboy.
It smells like shit. Yeah, it smells like musk.
Brute.
It smells like man.
That's old man cologne. But they did take care of business. And the spread was just 6.5. That's what it was, 6.5. That's what they were giving Georgia to win by, was 6.5, just a little less than a touchdown. Could have made some money on that game.
All right, well, you guys ready to move on to this week? Because I'm excited for the rest of these matchups we got to cover.
Hold on, Andrew. You skipped a game.
Did I?
You skipped Ole Miss at Kentucky. You sure did.
It's not on my list. Why?
They are in the Southeastern Conference, Andrew. They deserve to have their game talked about.
Oh, my list is top 25 games. Man, I'm a loser. Sorry, guys. All right. Y'all go ahead. I got to get my stuff straight.
Who won that game?
Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Ole Miss.
So I think what happened is in this game was I didn't really get to watch a whole lot of it. I got to watch some highlights. Kentucky still was able to run the ball pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
They still are struggling to throw the ball. And, when you're one-dimensional in any league, you're one-dimensional in high school, you're probably not going to get a ton of wins. And that's what's happening is they're 0-2. They're talented. Kentucky is. They're pretty good. But I think Ole Miss just kind of had a better scheme, a better game plan against them. And that's what went down.
Exactly.
Sorry, Ole Miss. I didn't mean to cover you guys up there.
Kiffin.
Maybe that's what it was. I didn't want to talk about Lane Kiffin.
Probably. Kiffin looks a little fat now. You notice in the face? I can't do it.
He's Lane Thicken.
All right, so that was last week. That was week 2 for the SEC. So we got a couple undefeated. It's probably the best team looking so far is Alabama. They've just been. I don't want to say it. I might vomit a little bit, but they've been rolling over everybody they've been playing so far. They haven't really been tested yet.
You could have said perfect without using the word roll. I revoke your card.
I hear it so much. I've heard it for the past almost 2 decades.
I'm like, what's wrong with saying roll? Oh, got it now.
Yeah, you won't hear me say the rest of it.
Roll damn Tide.
Yeah, you won't hear me say that kind of garbage. All I know is I remember you, Andrew, a Georgia fan, doing the Gator chomp on here. So I don't want to hear it.
I had
Everybody
a reason.
has their, whatever.
I had a reason.
Wow. I didn't do it, and I was doing the same thing you were doing. So
I had a reason.
Yeah, you're like Florida closet fan.
What?
Ladies, is there any more games?
Yeah, let's talk about this up.
Jeremy trying to fight.
Let's go.
We'll save that for later. Okay, so I've got the spreads on a couple of our games. If you guys want to hit on a couple of non-conference games first. Now, Oklahoma and Texas, the Red River
rivalry. Yeah, the Red River rivalry. What? They, that just doesn't seem like as interesting as a game as it should be.
No.
Spencer
These
Rattler.
teams are trash, man. Let's be honest.
He was supposed to be the Heisman hopeful of the year for the Big 12, especially in Oklahoma having all the Heismans coming out as quarterbacks.
I'm gonna go on a limb here and say that the Heisman winner will not come out of Oklahoma this year.
I would second that motion.
Yeah.
We will
It's
not have a
all
shot
Trevor's right now. It's all Trevor's to lose.
there. Could see that.
But the spread on this game is Oklahoma is a 2-point favorite. Ugh.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, there
I
ain't
hate
going to be any
Texas.
defense.
I hate Texas, so I kind of just want to take it.
It's a really dirty game. I would not touch that game in bets. I'm not touching it with money. I'm definitely not touching it with shot bets with you two fools.
I'll touch
I
it
ain't
with
touching
fire.
it.
I'll touch it with fire. I'll set it on fire.
I would touch an over-under. I'll tell you that. If the over-under is set at like 50, I'll touch it.
I do not
They're
have the
definitely going to
over-under.
score over 50.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
okay. It's going to be a
What we
lot
got
of
next?
points.
Anything on this one, Kwesi? You got anything?
The Oklahoma game?
Yeah.
No.
Who you taking? Okay, no bets, no shot bets. Let's just be gentlemen about this one.
Say Oklahoma's going to bounce back somehow.
I'm saying Oklahoma too.
I really want to pull for Texas, but my gut's telling me that Oklahoma pulls this one out, and Spencer Rattler has a game that he should have been having the whole time and has like 4 or 5 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Okay. Humping on over to the ACC real quick. We have the matchup in the ACC.
Definitely.
We have Clemson versus Miami.
Yeah, it's a big game,
Miami's
man.
hot.
Big game. Woo!
Miami's hot. I like De'Aaron King. And Clemson is actually a 14-point favorite in this game, and I'm willing to buy the under.
Yeah. I don't see it being a blowout like that, but
No.
hopefully it will be the kind of game that it is on paper. So I'm looking forward to it.
Dude. And as a Georgia fan, we have a rivalry going back with Clemson a really long time. We don't play that game year in, year out anymore, but I definitely hope Miami goes in there and blows them over.
I think it'd be good for college football if Miami rises up and takes down the mighty Clemson in the ACC because they've not been challenged by anybody in the conference.
And they also have Notre Dame this year.
Exactly. You got Notre Dame in there as well. That's another guy that might take them down another team. But Miami, a big surprise, man. De'Aaron King, man, he's looking good. He's looking really good. And it's definitely a game I want to watch.
The ACC is interesting.
You know what time that game is? Is it a
that game comes
game,
on
like 7?
at 7:30. Yeah.
Yes. All right. That's a non-SEC game that I can get into right there, buddy.
You all want to watch that one. That one's going to be fire.
Yeah, should be.
Yeah. If you care about any kind of college football implications, watch that game because you definitely want to. You don't want to be like watching some crap game and then see it like, oh, God, Miami's beating Clemson by 10. Oh, I need to switch over to that game. And then you watch like the last end of the fourth quarter. You want to watch that from start to finish. Big old thing of nachos, beer.
We get it. Nachos.
What else you got?
Let's go on. All right, let's hop back into our conference now, into our specialty here. And we have the trash game of the week, South Carolina versus Vanderbilt. 12 o'clock at Vanderbilt. With South Carolina as a 12.5-point favorite.
So as we now have 2 SEC weeks under our belt, we kind of see what these teams are. South Carolina can put up a ton of points. Vandy has struggled. They did pretty good in their first week, but I would say South Carolina wins this in a landslide. I would actually take the over. I'd take the over with South Carolina.
I'll definitely say South Carolina, but I'm not going to say a landslide, but I'll give it to South Carolina easily.
I think I'd take the over because I think LSU probably went in there and took the wind out of their sails, man.
Yeah, it smells like no shot bets on that game.
No, it's ugly.
Fishing on that one, hopefully. Nobody wants to anchor down?
No.
All right.
No.
Nobody's anchoring down.
I will take Clemson for the win, though. I will take them.
I would, I'll be pulling for Miami. I really will. And I like Clemson. I really like Clemson going back to that game, but I'll be pulling for Miami just because underdog and Miami, circa, 1990s.
I do want to see the turnover chain pulled out, but other than that, I want Clemson to win.
You know what? Then in that case, I will shot bet you gentlemen on Miami. But this is a big upset, so I would like a double shot.
Well, I already told you I'm not taking no shot. I'm not taking no shot.
You wouldn't take a shot bet on that one?
No, I'm going to root for him, but I think Clemson's going to win.
Kwesi, you want to double shot this one, buddy?
Just double shot it.
Double shot it. Write it down. Double shot.
No, my heart don't pump Kool-Aid.
Jeremy is
Kool-Aid's
he's
so
a
good,
kitty
though.
cat. He's a kitty cat.
Yeah. I would cut myself up all the time. Is that grape drink?
Shut up. Anyway.
Okay,
moving on.
And you taking Miami?
Miami, yeah.
Let's go.
Kwesi, you're going to enjoy watching him take that double shot.
Exactly. Let's go.
Florida, Texas A&M, 12 o'clock at Kyle Field. Florida is a 6.5-point favorite, and I say they put up more than that. Give me the over, Gators.
Yeah, I guess the Gators. Is that Florida?
Yeah.
Yeah, Florida going to win.
One more.
Florida,
Who is
Texas
it?
A&M.
Who are they playing? Texas A&M.
A&M.
God, Texas A&M.
Trash.
In Texas
Trash.
A&M. And they're
Dan
gonna,
Mullen
what's
is
the
going
spread?
to
What'd you say the spread was?
6.5.
Oh, really? 6.5?
Florida is going to go in there and embarrass. They're going to embarrass Jimbo Fisher.
Oh, man, I need to go get with a Vegas bookie or something. I'll put money on it, the fact that they'll beat them by more than 6.5.
Free plug here.
A&M, but
Free plug here. DraftKings, FanDuel. Those are your guys to talk to right there.
That's true. Yeah.
Free plug.
Don't make you
Butt
some
plug.
money. Play them. You got to play individuals, though. That's the deal. You ain't playing teams. Next game.
All right. Tennessee and Georgia, the Dogs and the Vols set to kick off at 3:30 at Sanford Stadium. Georgia merely a 12-point favorite.
So it's going down. It started at 14.5.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll tell you one thing about this game. This game, it's in Athens, so it's in Georgia's home. But from what I see from the weather, it looks like it's going to be a rainy affair.
Okay.
Stetson Bennett is unproven in any rainy game. He's not a big dude. What's that hand size, sir? You little
all right.
walk on.
You know what? We'll move over to Georgia Tennessee smack talk here in a few minutes.
Yes, sir.
We've got another episode, so you guys go check it out. We're gonna have another episode. It's a Tennessee Georgia preview, and we'll be laying it down on that one.
We will lay down the smack.
Tennessee's my team. Georgia's is Andrew's team. Kwesi's gonna moderate, and good luck, Kwesi, because it's on.
He's got a whistle. He's got a whistle and a flag.
Let's do this. What's the next game, man? What's the next game?
Next game.
All right. Next game. We have flipping down through here. We have Arkansas at Auburn with Auburn as a 14-point favorite.
Wow, 14 points they're giving to Auburn.
Arkansas laid it down this past week, buddy.
Arkansas impressed this past weekend, beating Mississippi State. Mississippi State was the talk of week one. Nobody could beat that air raid system. And then lowly Arkansas, who got beat by Georgia week one, came in and dismantled them.
I know there was a pick six and
dismantled. They did.
Yeah.
You passing gas, bro?
Yeah, I
He's
do this.
burping again.
Don't know. I get
Andrew.
you over here. So Auburn is a 14-point favorite at home. I think they're having some fans. Are you guys taking over or under on this one?
I don't want to touch that game. I
don't either. That's all the more reason,
man.
That's all the more reason we need to jump in on it. Is Arkansas or is Arkansas not?
I'll tell you what. I will take a shot bet on either one of you that Auburn will win and cover the spread. They'll win by more than – what did you say it was, 14? 2 touchdowns?
Points. Yeah.
I will take Auburn in the over. If you
they had an ugly game versus Kentucky as well.
I think –
come on, man. Let's do it. I'm not going to say that Auburn will win. I'll say that – I'm not going to say Auburn won't win. I won't do straight up. I'll talk spread with you, but I'm not going to take a straight up win loss. I think it'll be close, and I think there's a chance Arkansas. I think there's a chance Arkansas upsets.
Well, you can't say it takes a chance. You either take Arkansas or you don't.
I'm taking the under. I'll take that for sure.
Okay. So
moving on, we have let's see, Alabama at Ole Miss. This is set up to be an interesting game. You've got another one of Nick Saban's old assistants there in Lane Kiffin, and he's the trash talkingest of them all. Alabama comes in as a 22.5-point favorite. I say Nick Saban goes in and lays it down, son. He wants this so bad.
What did you say the spread was?
A 22.5.
Against who? Who is it?
What the heck?
I was right. I can't write and listen. I'm sorry.
So listen. Nick Saban gives it to Lane Kiffin, definitely for
Ole
more
Miss.
than 22.5 points. At home, he's going to embarrass him.
Alabama. Just say it, Jeremy. Alabama.
Oh, Alabama's definitely winning.
Okay.
They're
Are you
winning the
taking
game.
22.5? Are you going to take the over?
No, I ain't touching it.
You're not going to take the under?
No, I'm not touching that game with a 100-foot pole.
You hate
Alabama's
both-
gonna.
You hate both of those
gonna-
teams and coaches. I feel you.
I don't even hate Lane Kiffin anymore. I'm way past that. Other Tennessee fans might not like Lane Kiffin anymore. Might hate him. I don't care.
You're acting like that. You're acting like that guy who's got like a new girlfriend and is acting like you don't care about the one that broke up with you.
Yeah. Hey, whatever. She took it.
Fuck that bitch.
She took a 7 and 5, man.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm definitely taking Alabama with the over.
I'll take Alabama all day. Until I see any weakness in Alabama, I'm taking Alabama every time until they take Tennessee because I already called it. So I got to stand behind myself.
Mississippi State versus Kentucky at Kroger Field. Kentucky got a home game here, and they're only a 2-point favorite over Mississippi State.
Wow.
I think I'm taking Mississippi State in this one.
I'm taking Mississippi State all day, and I guarantee you that line changes, and it changes in Mississippi State's favor.
So
I've seen
Jeremy,
Kentucky.
what size did you pull down?
And for this game, I
Pull.
guess it's no feet because I'm taking it. I'm touching this one. I'm gonna touch it. I'm gonna touch this game. So so this game.
Touch it.
I mean, the air raid's probably going to be a little hit and miss in the SEC because defenses are of different caliber. You know, that makes a lot of sense to me. They're going to have a lot of problems, a lot of mistakes are going to be made. But Kentucky is also the same way. So whereas Mississippi State's air raid, they're going to throw it all the time, Kentucky's run it. So if Kentucky can run really well, you know, that's time of possession in their favor. That might be a deficit to Mississippi State. I don't know. It could go either way, but I'd still take Mississippi State because they have explosive play capability. I'd take Mississippi State all day.
All right. And last one, Missouri at LSU. Ugh. LSU at Tiger Stadium, 9 p.m. This is a late game. This is the one you're going to be watching going to bed. They are a 20.5-point favorite over Missouri.
20.5, and they're giving them a lot. Missouri, having just watched them fresh, they are they're on the, I don't even want to say they're on the cusp of being a good team. They have some pieces. I really like Nick Bolton. If they didn't have Nick Bolton, we would have been destroying it. He is definitely a first or second round talent linebacker, but I'm pretty sure LSU, I don't know if they cover, but they definitely win. LSU wins this one.
Yeah, I think they'll cover, man. Their offense doesn't look bad.
I think they just need time to click. You need time for that young quarterback to actually get it going.
Yeah.
He'll look better as the season goes. But Missouri, you know, they're okay. They're still trying to figure out their quarterback. They played 2 against Tennessee, and their running backs are good. Roundtree was impressive. He's just what we covered in the offseason. He's good. He's really good. If they, a different kind of system, he'd probably be really good. Running.
Nick Bolton is straight up just a savage, dude.
Savage.
He's love Nick Bolton.
He made a lot of tackles.
I was hyping him up preseason, man. He's going to be the dude, man.
He's good. He could be a top 25 pick.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So anyway, I think that about wraps it up for our games, guys. Y'all have anything for this next week? Anything college related y'all want to throw out there real quick?
No, go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
I'd say on Kwesi's behalf, look forward to next week. I think it's next week. Is that next week? Next weekend for the Big Ten starting.
I don't know.
And but until then, make sure you go over and check out our preview, hype, argument, tear down, attack video, however you want to say it, between Tennessee and Georgia, because it's going down. And let's get it started. I'm ready. I wish it was Saturday right now. I wish we were waking up going. But until then, go for 3.
Go for 3.
Go for 3.